Hello, today's a new day. We read from Proverbs 6 and Ezekiel 14. So in Ezekiel 14, the whole chapter was about staying no to idols, or just the consequences of people who worship idols. And yeah, just having idols is sometimes not obvious when you have them. And it can creep up on you when you notice that you're doing that, like someone's taking up your time, and it's taking up time that you could spend improving yourself, and it's kind of you don't notice it, but it's a burden. And when other people are taking note of it and you are still denying, then it's definitely an idol because you don't want to accept it. So learn to take a hint, or just take an observation, so that you can make a change, because the longer that you deny it, then the worse it will get.
Amen. And that came right from the word and from my heart and mind. This chapter is talking about taking responsibility, self-responsibility, turning away from mess, the idolatry, the sin that comes to trip us up. And it's called stumbling blocks in verse 3. And it becomes iniquities and just stuff that just will set residence in our heart and lead us to a dead end. And the Lord himself was saying, even if Job was there, Daniel, and who else? Noah was around, they wouldn't be able to save you from destruction. So you need to take responsibility and rescue yourselves, right? By repenting, by turning away, changing your mind. And I believe that's in, where is that? Verse 6, where it says, turn yourselves from your idols, turn away your faces, and pretty much repent, separate yourself. In verse 7, just get away from that mess, because it's not going to do you any good, and you're just going to waste talent, time, and treasures. What about Proverbs 6? It's a continuation. Let's hear it.
Well, in Proverbs 6, I liked the verse 4. Do not let your eyes rest or your eyelids closed. So, don't just let time pass, or kind of shun the problem. It's not always just going to sleep, but just closing your eyes to whatever is the issue. Make sure you're not trying to avoid it, because that doesn't solve anything.
Excellent. Stay woke. And also the next verse, and I never really took note of this. Verse 5, it says, deliver thyself. That means for you to take action, to do something. Free yourself like a gazelle. That's our great-grandmother's name. That's a graceful deer. That means that you are swift, you are graceful, and you are about business to free yourself from those idols, mess, sin, whatever. And then it goes into, go to the ant. Consider their ways. They don't have a ruler, an overseer, and a guide, and they're about business. And what happens when we just sleep and it's going to be all right, and the twiddling of thumbs, the folding of our hands, then poverty will come to us. Destruction will come to us, and we will not make any type of progress. So let's take this seriously and change our ways, repent, and be free. Deliver thyself, so that we can experience God's promises. Have a wonderful evening in the Lord.
Good night.